Hi, we've seen a pretty good start to the month of July. Overall, things look to be up around about 2% since July 1st. However, we'll have to wait and see how this last week turns out. Hi, I'm Courtney Beaver, a financial advisor with Advent Partners, and here's our quick market update. We have a few big decisions and releases coming this week. The Fed is meeting today and tomorrow to discuss yet another rate hike. This is the fourth one this year. We're also anticipating the second quarter GDP reports, which will come out on Thursday. Why are these numbers so important to us? Well, let's talk about that a little bit. Let's start with the rate hikes and inflation. So, as of last Friday, expectations are that the Fed will likely increase rates again by 75 basis points. That's another 0.75%. Again, this will be the fourth rate hike this year so far, and we'll possibly get another 2 to 3 more before year end. So, what does that exactly mean? Well, as we work through the highest inflation that we've seen in 40 years, the Fed are taking the necessary steps to try to curb inflation, which basically means the demand for supplies is much larger than the actual supplies we have. One method of accomplishing this is by raising the federal fund rate. This is basically that the rate the banks charge each other for overnight borrowing. This eventually will trickle down into the normal loans consumer use to borrow. So higher rates usually mean people will spend less, and spending less means our supply can catch up with our demand. Inevitably, this will just force the prices lower, or that's the hope. Next, we'll talk about the GDP. So again, what is the GDP? Well, it stands for gross domestic product. This is the broad measure of the overall domestic production. In other words, income earned from production or the total amount spent on final goods and services. This is important to know because we have been hearing a lot about recession. And a recession is when that GDP steadily and continuously declines over two consecutive quarters. This is something, again, that we've been seeing coming over the last 2 quarters. And once the reports are released on Thursday, we'll officially find out if we have entered into recession territory. So it's hard to predict what the impact of a recession would have on us as individuals. At this point, we're all kind of going through it and feeling, the pain from it. But each situation will still be completely different from another person's. So what we do ask is that if you do have any questions or concerns about your personal situation and the possibility of a recession and its impact on you, please feel free to reach out to us so that we can assist you in any possible way. Again, we're all going through this together, and we will be here for you to continue to work with you through these hard downturns. Thank you again for tuning in, and stay tuned for next week's market update.